Alright, good evening. Hey, it's Shay. The time is 10:28 p.m. and I'm filming this voiceover from the floor right now. I've blown my back out, so I couldn't make it to somewhere with a parking lot to give you the full Japanese street experience while recording a voiceover, but this will have to do today, and I'm not gonna lie, I love being on the floor so much. Just ask any of my friends whose houses I randomly show up at to lie on their floors. It's mostly because I'm obsessed with ceilings and my back sucks. I could go on for a really long time about ceilings, but we have more important and exciting things to talk about. Today I'm driving to FUJI International Speedway, possibly my favorite that I've been to yet. I think it's my 4th or 5th time being there. Yeah, I'm just obsessed with this mountain. I'm a massive Mount Fuji otaku, and if my car cures like 50% of depression, then this majestic rock formation, I would say, cures about 55%. Just 10 minutes in front of Mount Fuji changes my day. So yeah, on this trip back, I actually bought a calendar that was all Mount Fuji pictures, and I asked my coworkers if we could just hang it in our section so that I could keep seeing Mount Fuji every day. But yeah, there she is, the beautiful formation, and pictured here we have 3 of my favorite things in one shot. Can we guess what they are? Alright, now I reveal. First, the mountain, as mentioned. Second, 7-Eleven, the best convenience store there was. And third, you know what just pulled into the parking lot? Yeah, it's a me, Mario, my fair lady Zed. Oh, just peace, peace, so much peace. And yeah, I did like a quick rest stop and a quick bite. I was pretty nervous, again, just because there's crowds, and I do not like crowds, but I'm excited about going to the Speedway. To be honest, I was so late. I think it's like 2 in the afternoon, and the event starts in the morning, but you know how obsessed I am with this mountain. I spent the entire day getting distracted by it on my way to the track, that I just kept stopping in random places, like the museum, then the lake, then this random festival, and yeah, I just couldn't stop. And then I bought some like souvenirs. It was just, yeah, making the best use of my time. Oh, I'm 2 out of 10 today. If you know what that means, you know what that means. And all I can say is that we are guaranteed to have a good time ahead, so buckle up and enjoy the ride, my friends. And yeah, this was taking at a time in my life where I think both of my phones had broken, my computer wasn't functioning, and I had an exam coming up, so needless to say, my life was kind of in shambles. But you know, this footage is from November and today is June, so I think that just proves that, you know, you're gonna make it. You just can't see the future, but by watching your old footage, you're gonna know you made it. And I don't know, I'm excited to watch this. I haven't really, I just did like a one quick over just to make sure I didn't do anything too wild, but we're good. And oh man, I forgot to mention I also took magnesium just now because it's like 10:30 and I'm about to pass out, so I'm gonna try and give you as much energy as I can as we get to this track, but it's mostly just me talking about Mount Fuji in the original audio, so I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference. Like, I can talk about Mount Fuji forever. Right. And actually the first day I bought my car, you know what the very first thing I did was, when I bought this car, I drove it straight to Mount Fuji. Well, also because I flew into Tokyo and I had to make the 10-hour drive back, and it was already like afternoon when I got there. I took a rental car from the airport to the Tokyo dealership, and I got lost and toll fees, etc., etc. But oh, I remember it was kind of miraculous. Like after I'd taken this long turn, a gray Z showed up out of nowhere, and I was just like, oh my god, the universe is guiding me and telling me everything's gonna be okay because I'm gonna get my Z too. And yeah, I remember getting onto the highway, and like not even 30 minutes in, another white Z is racing beside me with it had like pretty cool rims. And I was so nervous that day, and I was like in a rush to set up my tent at the campsite before dark that I didn't really get to talk to them. I was just like really shy, and my Japanese was horrible back then. And yeah, I kind of wish that I had, and maybe we could have become friends, but who knows, maybe the universe will bring us back. But it was crazy because I had not seen a single white Z in my, at that point, like entire year in Japan. And then within 30 seconds of buying the car and getting in it and picking up for the first time, there I saw the first Z. So I drove to Fuji, and I did set up a tent for the very first time, almost in the dark, and yeah, just slept on the ground in the natures. My car parked a few meters away. It was incredible, and when I woke up, I actually got the most amazing view I have probably ever woken up to, and I've woken up in the Maldives and Thailand and all these crazy ass places. So let me tell you about this morning though. I think it was probably, very early for sunrise, 5 or 6 a.m. I look out, and there is Mount Fuji. I know you see a lot of pictures of Mount Fuji, but it's actually hard to get pictures of Mount Fuji in certain seasons, like summer, I believe, because of the heat, humidity, weather conditions that I have yet to research on. But a lot of times clouds are actually covering the top of Mount Fuji, and you can't see the mountain top. And usually if there are clouds, the locals told me that means it's going to rain, which was very true for that day. But when I woke up, there was just one cloud right in the middle of Mount Fuji, and this cloud was shaped like a perfect heart. I still am shook about it to this day. It's unbelievable, but I have photo evidence. At some point, I'm going to figure out how to put photos into video. I mean, the last video, I just made my first voiceover, so baby steps, but we'll get there. Just please be patient with my technology deficiencies, or just be my video editor. I will pay you good money and chicken nuggets, okay? But anyways, this drive was pretty chill too. I think there is mountain like in between gaps of tree, but just because of the lighting, it's kind of hard to see. It was snow-capped at that time as well, so the top was just all white. But the colors of fall. Oh yeah, I remember it was on this trip to Tokyo that I had decided that fall was my favorite season. I had never chosen a favorite season up to this point in my life, but seeing the mountain with the snow caps and the reds, the oranges, the greens, that is when I was like, you know what, fall is my favorite season. And I also want to give a shout out to the progress we made, because this footage is from November and it's currently June, which means it has only taken me 5 months instead of 6 months like the last video to get it uploaded. So please, I want the gold star. They say A is for effort, right? Yay! Anyways, I'm sorry if you can hear the fan from my computer, because I am not in a parking lot with authentic street sounds. This was the best I could bring y'all's. But I did try to put some driving background noise on, so I don't know if that picks up or not, but definitely more driving ASMR to come. Here we are approaching the parking lot, and I'm going to make a wrong turn, let's say on purpose, because I want to show you the mountain. Just believe me, okay? But yeah, I really just love the entrance of the gates. Like, it has kind of that video game feel to it, and yeah, I don't know, every time I'm kind of embarrassed about driving an automatic car, but I think everyone who has a car and drives or wants to drive should be proud and happy with whatever they have in their current setup. I just kind of wish that I had the opportunity to learn manual. I just think it would be so much fun, especially because I love the feeling of like feeling the car and the drive and the motion of acceleration. Like, I just love that so much, but I never had the opportunity to learn until I came to Japan, and like one random farmer, Oji-chan, taught me in a K truck when I was on a farming internship in Tokushima Prefecture. And then the soccer coach, who's like 63 years old and rides a Harley Davidson at my school, he's super dope. He let me take the school K truck onto the baseball grounds to rake the sand. Or not the baseball grounds, the soccer grounds, I guess basically the same thing. But yeah, I've always wanted to learn manual, but definitely did not feel comfortable buying a car I didn't know how to drive for my first car. I didn't want to fuck it up. It was a one owner, and it was in really pristine condition, actually. So yeah, the first time I saw it, I thought about it, I slept on it. It was actually in Tokyo that I went to see the car. Then the next day, drove to Yokohama because I'd wanted to eat pho and see Chinatown. I'd been away from home for like a year at this point and just needed, a taste of home, and just ended up making my decision in the morning. And I'm not gonna lie, I was in Yokohama, and a friend and I had gone to this like kind of amusement park the night before, and we're thinking about the roller coaster, but in the morning we're like, fuck it, we're gonna go on the roller coaster. And meanwhile, I'm like making calls, like, making all these decisions. Like, it's like a big financial purchase, like to get your first car, had to do it in cash, figure out the deposits, paperwork. It was in Japanese as well, so I had a teacher from my school also on call just to like help me out just in case. You always need a coworker there for you. But it went great. I got off the roller coaster and I called Dealer Mans, and he was just like, all right, car is yours, come and sign the papers. So after we got off the roller coaster, we drove the rental car back to Tokyo and I signed the papers for my car. I also had to sign this paper for for confirming and signifying that I was not in the Yakuza or not in a biker or car gang. And I have a picture of this document because they made me sign it before I could buy a car. So I guess they have some rules about that in Japan. But we are finally at the circuit. I will try to put some of the original audio back in to show some of the reactions once we get to the parking lot, I think, because there was a lot of cool cars, and yeah, I just love seeing beautiful machines in a parking lot. It's what gets me going, But yeah, welcome to Formula Drift Japan. This was the last round, I believe, and because I had gotten distracted by Mount Fuji all day, and usually the finales are around like 3 or 4, depending on how long stuff goes, but I only made it in time for 2 races, and I spent the bulk of my time just napping in my trunk because I was so tired from the like 600 kilometer drive I'd done. And also from waking up at 5 a.m. to watch sunrise and then driving to a million places and taking a bajillion pictures of a rock. But it was good. It was the best rock ever, so what can I say? Oh, my favorite parking lots, 17 and 18, I believe, were closed that day. It was still during the pandemic, so they only opened 2 of the lower lots, 19, I believe, and I think there's about 20 something, maybe 30 parking lots at Fuji Speedway. And actually all of the times that I've been to Fuji Speedway, I've just luckily stumbled upon events there where only once did I have to pay entry fee, and it was like $10 or something. And just as I get into the track and I pull up to the paddocks, it's like the race is about to start. I have so much footage that I would love to be able to add into this, so maybe I'm looking for a video photographer. Have I mentioned that I'm paying in good money and chicken nuggets? But for the time being, this will do. Lots of spicy spices. There's a Z already. Gang, 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 gang! I am just trying to find members to join my gang. That is all. A gang always needs more members, you know? The more they merrier. That's what they say, right? But yeah, I do some relocations just because I wanted to get footage of everything in this nice lighting before I parked. And I only moved my car once after that to get even more optimal views of the mountain while I was napping in the car. Wait, did I already say that I had taken magnesium? Because I am definitely half asleep right now. But yeah, let's just keep the original audio because, you know, me freaking out over cars is the authentic reaction anyways. And I think we came over here because they were the Liberty Walk, the GTR and the Sylvia. And yeah, the first time I saw the GTR, it's the one like that's in the magazines, Stan's magazine. They asked me if I wanted to sit in it, and I nearly died. I was just like, no. I am too clumsy. Please do not let me near expensive things. Like, I will mess something up. But it's just such a beautiful car. Every time I see it, I can't believe that I was lucky to experience it. The Sylvia as well, I'm obsessed. I've seen them so many times. I have pictures of them. And I'm just excited every single time. Like, that never changes for me. So, yeah, let's get parked and get going because I'm only going to see 2 of the races, but they were very good. It was the Z33 that had an R35 engine in it. I think that made it to the finals. I don't remember if it was this event or no, maybe it was Okayama circuit where they had an engine malfunction and they couldn't complete the race, which sucked because, you know, the fact that a Z can compete against a Sylvia is just inspirational. I feel motivated as F. I can do anything. But thank you so much for joining on this ride. One of my favorites. I hope you'll share your favorite moments, and can't wait to bring you more.
Right, now I'm gonna go watch some races.
Thanks for watching.
That is all for today, folks.
Until
Tune in
next time
for another exciting episode of Adventures with Shay. Ta-ta for now.